Hello, everybody. So today I'm just talking about how to get away with speeding without and not get caught. So just not to get caught, how not to get caught speeding. Sorry. Um. So if you've ever gotten a ticket before, you know it sucks. It really does, and it can go as far as even get your license revoked or suspended. Getting a ticket is just awful and something you always want to avoid. So my first tip is to download an app called Waze. Waze. Right here, I'm just on the Waze.com. But it's you can see on Windows Phone, iPhones, Android phones, it's on everything. And pretty much what Waze is it's like your Google Maps, so it's like a GPS whatever app. So it has you can see like maps and shit, all that kind of stuff. And but what it does is if you and other Wazers can set like things saying like, oh, there's a cop right here, or there's something on the side of the road. So it really just helps you, like, especially if you don't even have to be looking at it as long as you have it on when you're driving. It'll like if a cop's coming up, it'll say, oh, cop kind of 2 miles on the right or whatever, and just will warn you. It's really nice to use because I mean, especially if you're with like on like Bull Run or something like a huge rally, it's really nice because a lot of other ralliers will have this app and will be pointing out cops. And if there's some guy 15 miles ahead of you and he points at a cop, that's really useful and can definitely help you avoid tickets. So the next thing I want to go to is radar detectors. So there are hundreds of radar detectors on the market that you can get, but by far, you can talk to many people, by far the best one is the Valentine one. Here it's on Amazon. I'll probably throw a link in the description, but this is by far the best radar detector you can get. And if you don't know what a radar detector is, you can probably find a bunch of other videos on YouTube, but pretty much when a cop is using his radar gun to see how fast you're going, this will tell you that he's doing it. I mean, it takes if it sees that that radar thing is coming at your car, and in this case with the Valentine one, it actually shows you which direction um, it's coming from. With so you can see the arrows right there. So it's a really great radar detector, and I mean, yes, it does cost a lot. It's about $500, but think about it, like $500 for one radar detector, or you could be paying thousands for tickets. I mean, it's really worth it. But one thing to think about when you get these radar detectors is cops don't need to get you on radar to actually pull you over. I mean, for one, cops sometimes will pull you over for no reason. It's because cops do that, especially like if you're like I was saying earlier in a rally. If you're in a group of people and you don't even have to be you speeding. If people in front of you are speeding and you happen to be next to them when they get pulled over, you'll probably get pulled over. Especially in something like Bull Run, mention that again, where you have stickers all over your car. Cops will pull you over. I mean, there's no question about it. Even if you're not speeding, even if they don't catch you. But even so, you're not in a rally, just driving regularly. They can still pull you over. Like if they're driving next to you, going the same speed as you, and they see you're going 10 over, they'll pull you over, or something like that. If you pass them and they're going the speed limit, they know you're speeding, and they'll pull you over. But this is a very useful, very helpful thing, and personally, these have gotten me out of a lot of tickets. So I would definitely recommend investing in one of these. All right. Another thing to think about is just traffic. Like, especially if you're in something like a rally, I hate to mention that again, but I mean, this also works on the street. If there's a bunch of people in front of you slowing down, especially if it's people that have passed you and you can see their like red brake lights in front of you, that's a good chance that there's a cop up there and they see that and they're slowing down to not get caught. So, just especially like I said, if you're in a rally, just watch way ahead of you. Because if you see that Lambo that passed you at 200 earlier slowing the fuck down, you better slow down. I mean, that's kind of a no-brainer, but to some people at least. But I mean, seriously, you just really have to watch traffic patterns. That'll save you a lot. So now, after talking about how to proactively avoid getting tickets, another thing is if you actually get pulled over. One thing is when you once that cop's right behind you, you're sitting on the side of the highway, you get pulled over. Never, ever admit to speeding. Do not admit it. Because if you admit it, like once you admit that you say you were going over a certain amount of time, like a certain speed or whatever, then you're caught. You're paying a fine, regardless. You had just admitted to a cop that you were speeding. Don't ever admit to the cop you're speeding. Like sometimes in court, if you really have no chance and you might want to plead guilty. That's lawyer stuff. But yeah. But actually talk. Let's go back to court. Talk about that. Is even in court, you don't really want to say. I mean, I'm not a lawyer. Don't take my word for this, but always try and fight it because a traffic violation, something like speeding, isn't that big of a deal unless, of course, you have a lot of them. Then you'll probably have other problems too. But it's not that huge of a deal, and a judge doesn't want to sit there for 2 weeks on a speeding charge. So fight it. There's a pretty good chance you'll win if you, or at least bring the price your fine down. So do fight it and get a good lawyer and stuff and deal with that. This is back to when you're actually on the side of the road with the cop behind you, a cop talking to you. Is if you've ever watched those videos of people like they film themselves being complete assholes to cops, and most of the time they get a ticket or get arrested. If you are just nice to a cop and respect him as a person, as a law enforcement officer, I mean, yeah, he'll see that respect, and he won't be too much of a dick to you. Like, if you're saying, oh, you're a pig, you're stupid, I wasn't speeding, get out of here, and shit like that, you're gonna get a ticket. People get pissed at that. Like, if somebody talks shit to you, you're gonna get mad. So, just be respectful and nice to the person, to the cop. Um, Another thing is, when you're actually driving, back to, like, the proactive stuff, when you're actually driving, watch out for like really pissed off soccer moms who are already speeding a little bit because sometimes a lot of people like that will take the time to call the cops on you. So I mean, just watch out for that. Like, don't cut people off really badly. Like, as long like there's driving fast, and then there's driving dangerous or reckless. Driving reckless normally does involve driving fast, but it's also cutting people off and pissing people off. I mean, that will scare the shit out of you. So if you get cut off really badly by some guy in a Ferrari, that's gonna scare the shit out of you, and that's what gets people to call the police on you. And that a lot of times is what gets you like they won't even have to have you on radar or anything. They'll just pull you over because some 5 different people called the cops on you for cutting them off and speeding. So just don't be a dick about it. Like, go ahead, do 200 when there's like nobody around you and your lane's empty. So just don't be a dick about it. And oh yeah, so yeah, just comment, rate, subscribe if it helped, whatever. Yeah, see ya.